All right, great. Thank you so much for talking with us. And so I understand if you could give us your name and a little bit about your background.
My name is Edgar Cahn. I'm a law professor. I was speechwriter for Robert Kennedy when he was Attorney General, and I was special assistant to Sergeant Shriver. I'm known for founding the Legal Service Program for the United States, then for creating Antioch Law School, and now I'm the founder of TimeBanks USA.
Okay, well, that's a very credible and impressive background. What got you interested in attending an event such as this?
Well, first, Sergio Lu told me about it, and I thought we are all needing to ask the question, why are we here? What is, what can we contribute? We bring consciousness into the universe in some way, but how do we use it? And I think that the, I wanted to hear what the evidence was, but also I was really drawn to an awareness of the extent to which information has been withheld from us about how much is known about the fact that we're not alone in the universe. And I think that's thrilling, but it does mean we have to reframe all of our thinking about, one, what we have to do for each other, and second, how can we relate to folks from other planets and other galaxies.
So you find the testimony that you heard compelling?
I found it very compelling, very exciting. I also found it very disturbing that not only that the information had been withheld, but that there are whole technologies in effect that have been recovered from UFOs that in fact could significantly impact our ability to deal with global warming, our ability to provide a different kind of health care, our ability really to create a sustainable planet in the face of global warming.
Now, you were there to hear the former Congress people and their final statements. Did they find the information as compelling? What were their takes?
They consistently and unanimously said that they found the information that they received compelling, and whereas they came in as skeptics questioning, every single one said this information has converted me into a believer, and they really think that there's no real question anymore about whether there are extraterrestrials living amongst us, and whether these are in fact spaceships from different galaxies.
The media has been pretty negative talking about the event, and they've been relying a lot on the money that was paid to the former congressmen or people. Do you have a feeling that I don't think they were pressured to say something particular just because of the money that they were given. Do you think that money had influence on their opinions in the end?
I don't think the money had anything to do with how they came out. The questioning they did and the testimony they heard was in fact compelling. It was personal. It showed an incredible of talent, of different kinds of experience. You had serious scientists who were awesome. You had people who had personally seen what they had seen. You had evidence provided. You had video interviews of people who had been in the military or been in confidential positions. You had people from different countries who were saying that there's no doubt in their country that this is understood. And then you had people who were very explicitly had knowledge and who had been afraid to speak up, so that you had some indication that this evidence has been suppressed in ways that are very disturbing.
So you felt that this was great information, it was compelling. So did the former Congress members, but the media didn't seem to give it a fair shot, it didn't seem like. What do you think it'll take to get them to take some of this sort of stuff more seriously?
I think the media wants a story, and the easiest story to sell is one of skepticism. And you go at risk in the media if you say, I believe this. The Congress people there were willing to go at risk after they heard what they heard. And I think that as the media begin to hear this testimony, because they can watch it and they can hear it when you all provide it, I think that they will begin to say, well, maybe we need to open up the question. Maybe we need to suspend our disbelief. These seem to be reasonable people who are saying this is worth our attention. And I have a lot of faith that the media is, in fact, going to find it in its own interest to begin sharing this knowledge, sharing some of the testimony, because it will produce readership. People will want to know, well, what do we know? And all that was released in these days is really compelling evidence for which will be a large readership that is curious, and a larger readership, I think, that will want to know more.
Mm-hmm. So you found this information very compelling. What do you think then? You know, it seems like you felt that this was a great event that that was able to get a lot of information out. What do you think is the next step? What would you recommend for people putting on events such as this to do next to help continue this effort?
Well, some of the strategies, I think, need to come from Move On has done things like parties, you know, and saying, why don't you have a video party of this and show this testimony? I think that we need to get it out there in community, and we need to almost to build a constituency that says we want to know more.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can get people aware that there is more information, but you've got enough nuggets in these days that are just very powerful. And I think that if one could produce a very short collection of excerpts from some of the testimony and then framed it in terms of, don't you think that this is something you'll want to know more about? I think you could set up a campaign to ask Congress people to hold a hearing. I think this strategy of a UN-sponsored inquiry would be very powerful. And I think that getting the media to understand that these are nuggets that they can quote, that they can cite. They don't have to say they believe in them, but they can at least carry an objective set of excerpts from the testimony. I think it would be very exciting to have that. And now with the social media, the use of social media, I think you can begin to generate enough interest, enough curiosity, enough voices that we can begin to get more information out there.
All right. Well, great. Thank you so much for your time. It looks like the sun is coming down and it's almost about to shine in your eyes right there, so it's a perfect time to stop. But thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us, and you have a great evening.
Well, thank you for your dedication to getting word out, because this is a very important event.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you very much.